Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to basically trauma dump a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to talk about when a teacher pushed me off my chair in my secondary school in High Tunstall. I'm not going to say names due to, yeah, but I will talk about it, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. We're going to call him Greg. He's not called Greg, but we're going to call him Greg, okay? Yep, let's get into the video. Buckle down. Sit down. I need to talk about this because this school is known for its notorious bullying. I was neglected by the school while I was there. I'm not gonna lie, from year 7 to year 11. Let's just say it was a whirlwind. But yeah, let's get into it. So, this is not the first incident that has happened in this school with me. I've had many. I could tell loads of stories if you want them. Comment down below. But for this story, I was in year 11. And it was coming to the end of the school year. And you were having your exams. I was doing B-Tech. It was the exam kind of period. And the school was just a bit up in the air with everything. And I was in a unit called base. And base is basically for disabled children. That's where the red door is. That was base. Disabled pupils that go to the school. So if you're not in mainstream, you'll be in the base. So because I have disabilities with my learning difficulties, my mobility, that word through this video is a big word, mobility. So I have my mobility issues with my legs where I need Pedro special boots from the hospital for my calipes. So I'm not good on my muscles, my ankles, and I have the agenesis and the absent corpus callosum where the middle part of my brain is missing. And I have Epstein's anomaly where I got a leaky heart valve, and I have Pierre-Robin syndrome where that's my ears, nose and throat and my chin. I got no chin. Well, I have, but it's stepped back. Anyway, what is relevant to this bit is my mobility. So I go into school, normal day, doing what I do. It was around dinner time. I got a chocolate milkshake with my lunch, as you do. And then it was the class after lunch. I went, everything normal. I was there doing my work, everything like that. And these pupils that were not meant to be in base came in base because they wanted to nick off from the actual lesson, but they shouldn't be in our class. Right. So basically, they were all just sat there it is whatever. And they were not doing what they were meant to do. And they were drinking cans of Coke, having the sweets, eating eating the lunch and stuff in the lesson, and then using their phones, putting the headphones on. You can imagine. And then they've mixed up with kids that are disabled, which should be a no-no. Not should be a no-no in a sense it shouldn't happen, but in this learning thing, they're not meant to come into base at all. Because these kids, these disabled children, are vulnerable. So they were just using it as a place to nick off. And what did we call him? Did we call him Greg? Let's call him Greg. Okay, I think we called him Greg. So I seen these do it. So I thought, oh, like, to help me learn, I would I will also put my headphones in and I'll drink my milkshake, because I still had some of my milkshake. Did I? I can't. Yeah, I didn't eat anything. It was my milkshake. So I was drinking my milkshake and put my headphones in, and the teacher, Greg, he came up to me. He didn't say anything else to anybody else in this class. He just said it to me. He didn't tell them to put the phone away. He didn't tell them to put the music off. He didn't tell them to stop eating and drinking whatever they were doing. And they were not even, like, learning anything. They were just doing whatever. They weren't, no work was done. So Greg came up to me. He was like, what you doing? And I was like, I was doing my work. So I was doing my work and I was, like, learning. But I also, like, had my headphones in and whatever. Just, you know. And I took, like, a drink of my milkshake. And he snatched the milkshake off me. He was like, you shouldn't be having that. And I was like, well, are you not going to tell all the others the same? Because all of they even are not meant to be in our class. I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. He took the drink off me and, like, told me to, like, take my headphones out and whatever. And I said no, because they're not doing it. Why should I have to? He got the chair. He got my chair, like, you see the back of the chair? Like, it was a plastic chair. He got it and he threw me off the chair. I'm not scared. He might look at this video. I'm not bothered. He can watch. I'm telling the truth, okay? So, I'm not scared of him. No way. So he got the chair and he threw me off the chair. Everybody in the class laughing. So I did get up and I retaliated. I hit him in the stomach. Not proud of it, but it was a defense mechanism. I only done it because he pushed me off my chair. He pushed a disabled child off a chair. What teacher does that? Yeah. So I was panicking. I was, like, enraged, but I was also upset because, like, what the flip? Yeah. So I go out of the class. He got the class to lie. So nothing came back on him, so that he didn't do it. He got the rest of the class to lie. He got away with it. Yeah, he got away with it. So yeah, that was that. I called me mum. Everything like that. And my mum was like, just come home. And I went home. The next day I came back to school. And I was like, I went to my form lesson. Everything normal. After form, I got told to go sit in the office. So I was like, why? So I went and sat in the office, and then they said, you're not going back to your lesson. And I was like, why? And that's when they said, you hit Greg. And I was like, what? I was like, I did not. They were like, well, you did, because we've had witnesses and we've had him come and, like, obviously explain. I was like, they're lying. I was like, he pushed me off my chair. And, like, I demonstrated what he done to them. They didn't believe me. And then they went to lock me in the office all day by myself. They were like, you're a danger to other students. And I was like, are you for real? Are they actually taking the mick? I said, if this is the case, I think I'm just going to go home. Because what's the point of me being here if you're just going to lock me in? And it's a health and safety hazard. So, I didn't get believed. So, I called my mum. And my mum came up to school. My mum was fuming. And my mum was like, well, what's going on and stuff. Because I told her. And I went home and I was bawling my eyes out after that day. And she came up and she was like, well, what's going on? And obviously we've had nothing but trouble with the school from year 7 to year 11 with, like, loads of bullying. I'm getting... It's a lot of trauma. I used to go home every day wishing that I wasn't wanting to be alive because of this school, TUNSTALL College of Science in Hartlepool. Don't send your kids there. Do not send your kids there. Yeah, at the end of the video, I'll tell you some of the things that I've went through, endured during this school. Yeah, my mum was obviously upset as well because obviously, like, what teacher would fucking do that, to be honest? And my mum literally got sick of it. She was like, she's just not coming back because it was the end of year 11 anyway. Like, it was like the last couple of weeks, and my mum was like, I'm just not going to send her in. And they agreed. But yeah, my mum actually threatened the school with higher education in Ofsted because of how badly they treated me. And obviously the school like, no, like, don't get them involved and stuff. My mum was going to go to the newspapers. And stuff like that. But yeah, I got pushed off my chair by a teacher. I'm not going to name names. He still works at the school now. They believed him over me. Yeah. I'm going to tell you what I've endured during this school. I got put in a wheelie bin by a year 11, upside down. I got called a lesbian and a dyke because I had like a half, I'll show you a picture, I had like a half cut hair and it was long hair, like Justin Bieber hairstyle back in the day. Got called a lesbian, a dyke for that. Somebody drew a fish in the book and said it was Lucy Morn. I'll say his name. He's Jonathan Butler. Johnny Butler. I'm not scared. And I literally chased him around the school to find him. I got told from someone in my maths class I deserve to be 6 feet under. In drama, there was a boy called Dylan Venter. He pushed me off my chair and everybody was laughing. I got called This Is England boots for my special needs boots. People used to take the mick out of me and call me This Is England. Yeah, I used to get called spacker, window licker, retard. Just used to get pushed over all the time. Had milkshake thrown over me. Sorry, I was going up to my drama lesson. I got jumped by some kids. Yeah, I've endured a lot of trauma. It didn't just happen. Girls pretending to be my friends. Like the popular girls pretending to befriend me and then taking the piss out of me. But them same girls now try to be my friend in real life. So who's winning? Yeah. Yeah. What else? It didn't just happen at school. It used to happen at home as well. On Facebook. Cyberbullying. I'd go through the day of like being through school, and then I go through the cyberbullying. I also just want to say that's not all just them screenshots. Also, someone who bullied me, who was in year 11, was it year 10, year 11, I can't remember. Later on, she ended up, I used to go to this place for my disabilities, like a respite thing. I used to have a carer, used to take me out. This same person that bullied me ended up working with disabled people, so let's just put that in the mix. Yeah, I was ridiculed really bad. I just used to hide in the library. It was like a safe haven for me when I was going through all of this. I just used to go get myself detention on purpose. So I didn't have to go through this. And I used to put myself in isolation on purpose as well. So I didn't have to go through this. I walked out the school gate as well a couple of times to go home. And the teacher that pushed me off my chair, a couple of years ago, I went to the school to watch a school show. And he tried to ask the person who I was with how I'm doing and stuff. And they said, go ask her yourself. And he was too scared to come up to me. And I was thinking, how the fuck would you dare to come next to me? Like, I wouldn't even speak to you. He just kept looking at me, and I was just like, I don't even know how you fucking dare. But yeah. Yeah. I don't really know what else to say. I was just endured with a lot of bullying. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And please don't send your kids to this school because it's the worst school. But yeah. If you want any more stories, let me know. Bye guys.